Holy sh!
We bought an ocean crossing boat.
I'm happy.
Say hello to Lintika, a classic beauty built in 1980 who has had a serious amount of love poured into her. It feels surreal to say she is officially ours, because in one way or another, Blue and I have been working towards this goal for the last decade. Each little moment of our travels, every ounce of passion and hard work has led us to each other and Lintika. I never thought that using African love drops all those years ago would have taken us this far, across oceans, into the mountains, starting a business together, and this moment where we officially take a giant leap into our future and purchase our very own blue water sailboat. And the craziest part about it is that we bought her with Bitcoin. So if you're wondering how we pulled it off, listen up, because it's one hell of a story.
Blue,
What?
grab the camera.
Okay, I'm getting it. Hold
Come
on.
here.
Okay.
Grab the camera.
I'm
Come here.
What? What's that?
I just got a really interesting message on Facebook. Come down.
From who?
Some guy, Justin. Come down here, I'll read it to you.
Okay. Climb out of the old editing den. What's up?
I just got this random Facebook, it's nothing bad. Just got a
Okay.
random Facebook message. Can I read it to you?
Yes.
Okay. It says, "Hey, Senor Brady. I'd love to chat with you about helping you and Blue's sailing/cruising business and goals. I've watched you guys sail around the world and have loved it. I'd love to present you and Blue with an offer." And then there's an emoji like this and then a heart emoji.
Okay, those are good emojis.
"I bought a new ML50 to fulfill my life dream and will be taking delivery in December. And my current 1980 Passport 42 that's had over $300,000 in refit done to it in the last year needs a new home."
300,000?
Yeah, I live in Sausalito. Instead of trying to sell my boat on the market, I'd love to talk to you and Blue about figuring out how to sell you to the boat to jumpstart your adventures. This is my attempt to pay it forward for the inspiration you guys have been. Here's what I have done to her. So this is like a list of stuff I'm gonna go through real quick, okay?
Okay.
New auto helm, new Yanmar engine. Yeah, new engine.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. New sails, new boom, new standing and running rigging.
Whoa.
New stainless steel fuel and water tanks with sensors.
What?
Yeah, imagine replacing fuel and water tanks.
Yeah.
All new electronics throughout, heavy duty alternator for charging, new Force 10 stove, all lines are run back to the cockpit so you don't have to go to the mast to do anything with sails. Decks were teak originally.
Ooh.
Yeah, I completely removed the decks and refinished with all grip.
What?
You know how much of a project that is?
Yeah, it's also kind of a game changer.
I hate teak. It was a passion project for a long time, but ultimately isn't the boat for me and my wife and our cruising dreams. There is no rush, so I thought I'd reach out.
Have you met this person before?
No, this is a totally random Facebook message. How far is Sausalito?
It's like 3-ish hours from Tahoe.
No, I'm gonna go to Sausalito.
I think we probably should.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. We got a nice early start this morning, and we are coming into the Bay Area, headed towards Sausalito, which is about a 3-hour drive from Tahoe, straight to the coast. Sharky wants to be in the shot. Hi, Shark.
We're going to see Lintika. Yeah, just driving down to live on a sailboat for the weekend
For sure.
and see what happens.
Yep. That's it. Lintika, here we come.
Look at this guy's hair.
It's a dog! It's a really excited dog!
Sharky, stay
Sharky,
down,
get
girl.
down.
Stay down.
Yo, it's so excited, so much
Yeah.
awesomeness with the
It's
little one.
okay. It's okay.
I know, new
Hey,
people.
stay down.
You look
Good girl.
amazing.
You look
Thank
really
you.
good.
Okay, that hair with that shirt, killing it. Say hello to Justin, the amazing human that reached out to a couple strangers on the internet. and was about to forever change their life. At this point, we didn't know how cool of a person Justin would end up being, but we were about to get a pretty solid first clue as he showed us around his 1980 Passport 42 that he had spent the last decade pouring his heart into. Here she is.
So, this is Lintika. This is a 42-foot Passport 1980. And this is Justin, and he's the owner of Lintika. You've been working on this boat for how long now?
Well, it's a boat, so.
Yeah, of course.
Since the day I bought her.
And when was that?
I bought her in 2006. That's when I refinished the hull. We changed the seacocks, we put a new engine in, we put in new water tanks, replaced the fuel tanks. Like, it sort of went through the boat in one major piece of work.
It's like a list of like 4.5 pages that you've done, and it's constantly changing.
It'd be really cool to, like, if her second life was with you.
Yeah.
Because I know you'll love her and use her, and you'll be teaching people to sail, and that just fills my heart with happiness.
Definitely, man.
So yeah, she had teak decks. I pulled 1,700 screws out by myself, peeled the decks, sanded the decks, the full refinishing. A new Ultra anchor with the Ultra roller, an anchor stop, a brand new Lumar windlass, extendable pole to run an asymmetrical kite. So she's got all new sails, so staysail, main, asymmetrical, A2, and jib. New standing rigging throughout.
And it feels a bit beefed up.
It was
too.
upsized. Yeah,
It's
I
definitely
upsized.
thicker than what was probably the original.
Yes, I upsized everything. All the electronics on the boat were all replaced. I added a radar reflector, I added a spinnaker pole, which she never had, and all of the rigging, the running rigging for having that. I had this new mast collar made, completely custom. You know, all the running and rigging replaced. Added a boom vang, which she didn't have. I did replace the boom. We strengthened up the attach points and mount points for the spreaders. All new electronics throughout the boat. So on the top of the mast, new radar, all the through hull fittings, we're all done. Replaced all the portals, so all the portals went to these beautiful stainless self-draining portals. So we did all of the work to bring everything from the mast where it used to be. You used to have to do all the work at the mast back to the cockpit. We also replaced the original traveler bridge here. I had this piece custom made. We used these Garhauer mounts. Ran all of this, as you can see, all the way back through and in, so you can run the traveler from within the cockpit. A brand new Dodger. So there's 236 watts of solar on the Dodger. That's not enough to replace everything, but it makes it so you don't have to run the engine as much. I completely disassembled and rebuilt this. Helm position repowder coated. I added the teak inner. I replaced the compass. Set of custom doors that I made to go in with Lintika's name. It's the best I can find, like, through all of my Google searching ever, is that it's Tagalog for bullshit.
That's perfect, because it's such a beautiful name, like Lintika, and you think it means like where the trees meet the sea or something, right?
Birds of the island.
Yeah, something like that. Gentle
just
breeze.
bullshit.
No, it's just like bullshit.
Bullshit.
Which is perfect.
I love that.
That's the perfect boat name.
All right, so that's a huge list of things done to the outside of Lintika, and I'm sure it's just as big on the inside. So let's see what Justin's done down here.
As you could guess from the exterior of Lintika, Justin also did a full refit of the interior, including new wiring, plumbing, ceiling, galley appliances, displays, and even added a diesel heater. Needless to say, as we walked back to the car at the end of the day, we were a bit in shock.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
That boat's crazy.
It's insane as you're walking through everything to think that he's spent 10 years of his life just refitting everything.
Yeah. Feels like a brand new boat, but classic.
Right? I've never seen a boat from the 80s in that kind of condition or shape.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good fit for the Cruisers Academy. I don't know how or why or where it'll go, but...
Yeah. I just have a really good feeling about it for some reason.
Yeah?
Like it's the right thing to do. Or at least worth the effort to try and figure out if we can realistically pull it off.
I don't know, a lot of people take loans out on boats. It's a common thing. So,
Well, let's look into it and see what we can find.
okay. So we spent the next several months trying to figure out how to finance Lintika. We had already invested most of our money into getting the sailing school up and running, so it was looking like taking out a loan was our best option. The only problem was that we couldn't find a bank that was willing to fund a loan on a boat from the 80s, despite her having a full refit. Yeah, no, I realize it's a 1980 boat, so it's 40 years old, but it's had like $300,000 worth of work done to it, so it's pretty much a brand new boat. That's just a hard rule. Any boat over, what is it, 25 years? 20 years. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.
No luck, huh?
No luck.
Well, do you think it's time to explore our last option?
The home equity loan option.
I don't know what other options we have.
Yeah, I mean, why not? We were lucky enough to have some equity in the house after we bought it in the condo, so we could reach out to our bank. I don't even know how that process works, but we can reach out to the bank and see. We used all of our savings to buy a condo in March of 2020, with the hopes of it being a good rental investment while we continued to travel and sail. Little did we know the whole world would shut down a week later from the pandemic, and that condo would actually become our home base. It was by far the most valuable thing we owned, and it was looking like taking out a home equity loan would be our only chance to finance Lintika. Obviously, this wasn't the best choice, because as everyone knows, boats are a depreciating asset that always find a way to make you bust out another $1,000. Even though we felt Lintika was a great fit for us, we definitely had a lot of doubtful moments about if we could actually pull off buying her.
Hey,
What's up?
what are you doing?
Nothing, just working on the website a little bit.
Noise. Hey, I just got an email from someone in the General Cruise Academy mailbox, and he said that he was an early adopter of Bitcoin,
Okay.
and he wants to talk to us about how Cruisers Academy can benefit from Bitcoin or something like that. So, I don't know. Do you want to call him when I get back to the house in like an hour?
I mean, does it seem like a scam or something weird?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's definitely not like a scam or a bot because it was well written, and he doesn't seem like a crazy person because he didn't write like 20 million paragraphs that didn't make sense. He was just straightforward to the point, well written.
Yeah, all right. I mean, why not? Internet's a strange place.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll be home in a little bit. We'll call him together. I'll forward you the email so you can read it, though.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
We're rolling.
Rolling?
Rolling.
All right, let's call this mystery man from the internet.
Okay. Are you nervous?
A little bit. I don't know why.
Hello?
Hey, it's Brady and Blue.
Brady and Blue, how are you doing? Good to hear from you.
Hey, we're doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was hoping I would hear from you guys.
Yeah, well, here we are. Just, first of all, you're a real person, right?
Yeah, no, I am a real person. And I'm just a fan of you guys. And I thought you guys were raising money for a blue water boat. I mean, what you're doing sounds like really cool. I'd love to participate however I can or help however I can. So I am an early adopter of Bitcoin. And as an early adopter, I've been able to follow this space from the beginning and be an early adopter of other cryptocurrencies as well. And I saw the deflationary nature of it, how it's distributed over time, how it's mined, how it doesn't serve any one person or government, how it's agnostic in that way, and that really appealed to me. I saw a lot of potential there, and I got on board, and that was a really good decision.
That's incredible. Like, way back in the day.
That's insane.
So what's going on with your boat? Let's go back to your boat. Enough about me.
So our other option that we're looking into is taking out some equity on the house and take the loan and then pay for the boat that way. So that's kind of where we're at now, is navigating that.
That sounds risky, and I don't like to hear that at all. So you're basically just going to give away some of your security and give a bank more money in order to make this dream happen. Because I mean, fuck that. I'll loan you the money. I'll loan you Bitcoin. You guys can pay me back later.
What whole? I don't. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for saying that but
I think for us
kind
it's,
of like
it's
stumbling.
shocking to think that someone like you sound like a super awesome person, but what is it for you that makes you feel like you could trust us or
even want to help
or anything like that? Yeah.
I had gone through various stages of depression, and I had always held Delos, you guys, in kind of an orbit around me as this ultimate thing, where if I could get there, if I could achieve that dream, I wouldn't feel, it would be an escape. I wouldn't feel how I felt. Everything would be perfect, and I would be great. And that went on for a lot of years, and then at one point, Brady, you acknowledged that you suffered from depression, and that totally floored me. It totally caught me off guard, because I had kind of built up this idea in my head that you were living a life. You could never be depressed. And at that point, it really dawned on me that no matter how good things are, or no matter how good things are going in your life, you can still find flaws in it. You can still suffer from depression. You can still be unhappy. And it kind of opened my eyes, and it gave me what I needed in order to move forward. So here I am. I see you. You've broken away from Delos, and you have a great relationship with Blue, who is amazing. And I want to help in a way that helps you help other people like myself. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to help people, and I would give you a very, very favorable loan. I'm not asking for any interest or anything like that. So I can do better than what a bank can do. I don't know what kind of percentage if they would even give you the loan, what kind of percentage it would be, but I don't think you're going to be 0%.
What? No.
And also, if you fuck me over, I can afford it.
The next chance we got, we drove back down to Lintika. The no-interest loan was impossible to pass up. Of course, we could have just cashed out the Bitcoin and paid Justin in US dollars, but playing into the principles of what actually makes cryptocurrencies valuable, we wanted to see if Justin would be open to accepting straight Bitcoin for the boat. All right, so we've been scheming about how to buy Lintika, and I think we've come up with somewhat of a plan, and we'll see if Justin's going to accept the offer.
It's not a typical way to buy a boat, but we'll see what he says.
Justin, we're here for you, buddy. We've got a little bit of a situation to talk about. You doing this?
You ready?
I think so. I'm nervous.
Okay, we have an offer for you, Justin.
Yay. Will you accept Bitcoin?
Yeah, I love Bitcoin. Let's go f***ing sailing.
If you're wondering what the hell just happened, welcome to the future of currency. Transactions like this help prove that Bitcoin is gaining trust, and therefore more and more value each day. If you didn't believe in the power of it before, maybe now you do. Or maybe you're just ready for a sweet sailing montage.
ready?
All right, dropping.
Okay.
Actually, like such a cool story to be able to say I sold my boat for Bitcoin.
Right.
But so like with that, what are you gonna do with her?
It's definitely more than just, you know, mine and Brady's boat. It's Cruisers Academy boat. So Sean, our lucky little Safa.
Pirate.
I mean, we've already crossed the Atlantic together, and there's definitely more oceans left for us to cross.
We probably got big plans to go to Alaska, Hawaii, down to Mexico and back, and I'll hopefully put in a few day, 2-week charters out here in the bay.
Yeah, Sean's gonna get to know this boat very well. As Blue and I are up in Tahoe running the sailing school, I think Sean's gonna be doing a lot of the trips on Lintika in the bay, cruising around, teaching people offshore experience stuff. Whatever this guy comes up with, he'll be taking people out and showing them the master.
Such an important part of what I was looking for, right?
Yeah.
I put so much love into her that I didn't want it to be someone's dock queen that never left, right?
Right.
And so not only is it something that I know you'll use to explore personally, but actually like the chance to see, I can't wait to see the first videos of students just lit up learning how to actually sail in this amazing environment. That was icing on the cake.
I chose to join up with Brady Blue to start this whole Cruisers Academy, basically to, you know, give back to others. I feel like I've always got this big intention to teach others and give others what I know in my experience. It's the same thing as like the craft of working with your hands is lost these days, you know. And I want to see that all come back, and I want to give back in a personal way.
Yeah, man, I think just speaking on the whole spectrum of giving back and helping people, and there's a lot of people, not just kids that need scholarships, but there's a lot of people out there that got dealt a bad hand for something, whether that's cancer survivors, recovering addicts, veterans. I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to get people out and just show them the joy of sailing. Just bring a smile to their face. I think that goes so far.
Nature's so healing.
It's so healing.
I think sailing too, like you have to be such a team player to be a crew member on a boat, and I think it pushes people out of their comfort zones. And once that threshold kind of gets pushed and they can come back down from it and realize they're still safe and they're still like supported by their crew, I think it goes a long way with people.
Yeah, you can empower people to make positive changes and positive outlooks in a very small amount of time, which is crazy.
Not too big though, because you're maxing.
That scene when Leonardo DiCaprio, he gets in the zone, he's just like, boom, and then snaps into it. It's pretty incredible.
Are you comparing yourself to Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
YouTube channel is born. Is that okay, Brady?
Yeah.
Hey, Brady.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That was perfect. Nailed it.
You're so diffuse, Brady.
I'm so reflective.
There you go. Right? High five! High five, Sharky! High five! She's like, I'm not picking one of my feet up off the ground right now.